Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We got a fun one today. We're going to be upgrading my Manchester City 2023-24 away kit. As you can see, this one has no patches or anything like that, it has no name set. And we're going to be upgrading that into a Julian Alvarez jersey along with the Club World Cup Champions patch right here. So really fun, but that's not all. I have an additional 2 World Cup champion patches, so we're going to also be upgrading my Man City home and third kit for 2023-24 season. This one being the Premier League version with Haaland on the back, and this one being the Champions League version with Rodri on the back. So by the end of this video, we're going to have 3 complete sets. But anyway, without further ado, let's begin. And I want to just make a quick disclaimer, make sure if you're going to be doing something like this, do it at your own risk. I'm using a home iron, and home irons are not the ideal way of doing things, but it is a way to do it, especially if you don't have a heat press available to you. So again, you can totally do this, but do it at your own risk. Don't get mad at me if you try to do this after watching this video and it didn't go the way you wanted to. So just putting it out there. The materials needed for this video is basically, obviously, your jersey, your name set, your patches. You're also going to need an ironing board, and you also will need either a baking sheet or maybe like an old t-shirt, maybe even a towel, although a towel is going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can also use a towel to kind of as a protective layer between the name set and the iron. For this one, you're going to want to put the shirt inside the ironing board. That way it doesn't have any damage to the front of the jersey. The hardest part about this is really the placement of the name set. I'm sure you can find online the proper measurements to where the name set is supposed to go. But what I like to do is I kind of just like looking at pictures of the players wearing their jersey and kind of just seeing where the name set falls on their jersey, and then just kind of eyeball that right there. And then once you get the placement where you want it to be, the next step will be to get your baking sheet, put it on top of the name set, and then gently bring the iron down to the name set. You also want to make sure your iron is set to a medium heat. Apply some light pressure, and then just make sure you go from the top down. That way the name set is not being shifted, and just kind of leave it on there, press, and then when you're done, lift it up and then press down again. You want to leave it on there for about anywhere between 10 to 15 seconds. Once you're done applying the heat, then you want to let it cool down just for a few seconds and then see if it'll peel off. If it's not peeling off yet, you want to redo the whole step of reheating it for another 10 to 15 seconds and then try again and see if it works. Once you're able to successfully peel it off, I like to put the baking sheet on top of it one more time and just kind of do a light pass with the home iron just to make sure it's really in there. So you don't have to use a whole lot of pressure. I just kind of gently just go over it in circular motion just to make sure it's in there. And that's it for the name set. Moving on to the Club World Cup patch, is going to go on the front of the shirt. Same thing, you want to make sure you put your ironing board inside the shirt. That way the heat is not being affected on the other side of the jersey, especially with the name set that we just applied on there. Now this patch over here is a slightly different material than the name set. This one has some kind of textile to it. Just to make sure there's no damage or burns or doesn't melt anything, I'm going to use a towel for this one. I think a t-shirt will probably be fine as well, but just for safety measures, I'm going to use a towel. And then for this one, because I'm using a towel, the towel's a lot thicker, so I'm going to set my iron to the max setting. That way the heat can really go through the towel into the patch, and that way it'll stick better. And then because also I'm using a towel, I'm going to apply the heat for about anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how well it sticks. Once you do that and you feel that it's really on there, I will then lower the heat of the iron fold this baking sheet in half and then reapply just a little bit more heat on there just to really make sure it's in there. Because like I said, with the towel, sometimes all the heat won't be able to transfer to the towel into the patch. And so doing it this way kind of just ensures that it's really in there, but without using too much pressure onto the patch, because again, it's a different material. I don't want this to burn it or do damage to it for being too hot. And there you have it. Now your patch is done. And now this shirt is complete and looks great. So now we'll move on to the next one, and then you do the same thing for the next two patches. And there you have it. Pretty much it was a very smooth process. I did have a little bit of a hiccup with the name set. The A on Alvarez kind of got a little bit, you know, janky there a little bit. And then the number 9, there was like a little piece that looked like it wanted to rip off, but it's still on there, but you can still kind of see the outline of where it was about to rip. But you can't really tell from far away, so it doesn't really matter to me. Plus, when it's my own mistake, I don't feel as bad for it because I didn't buy it that way. I kind of did it to myself. So I was like, whatever. But then the patches applied pretty smoothly. No issues there. But that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more videos like this, just browse through my channel. I have a bunch of different videos where I'm applying name set, adding patches. I have like proper tutorials. And then I just have some where it's just me applying name set with some like nice, relaxing background music. And then of course, if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on that future content. We do giveaways for every 1,000 subscribers. And big congrats to this person for winning the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as I do giveaways on there as well. If you want to follow me, my handle is right down over here. But all right, everyone, hope you have a great day, week, month, year, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.